What's up, everybody? A little update. Working on a Peterbilt. Specifically working on, I want to share a little information who has 379 Peterbilt. If anybody knows what this is, I will explain. This is a cab mount. This thing basically sits right here. I got a cap jacked up to one side, if you guys can see it. And then there's a bolt coming from underneath it. Not very good lighting. And then a cap sits on top of it. So it looks like it's a, I think they call it double tit or double bushing. And this guy right here, this is the top one. So they basically sit like this. And this one goes inside right there from underneath it. You will see it if you climb underneath. You need to take the dog leg, they call it, dog leg off. And this thing goes from underneath it. This is 5/16 bolts, not in a bolt. Usually Anna sees them. Reason I changing them, because you can see how squashed it is. I seen them so bad where they start collapsing and the cab will move forward or backwards. So if you look at the airbag, it's kind of hard to see, but this is airbag. And if you see your airbag either went backwards or forward, most likely this is your cab mounts collapsing. And this is the new ones. Let me open it up. This is new cab mount. This is old cab mount. But this one. It's a top one, so it doesn't get that much stress on it. But if you compare it to old one to the new one, which is this, see what the difference on it between them? Quite a bit. So this one's junk, this is new one. But before we do that, this metal insert come out. It has rust in it and it goes inside there. And then there's a cap frame goes right here, and then this mount goes on top. I heard some guys don't recommend to replace the top one because they hardly ever go bad. I just get a new one. So I live in the Midwest. MPG, that's the part number 22091. This one is house brand, they call. TRP makes them, Peterbilt makes them itself. This thing is $17 a piece. They're not that expensive. It's literally, if you have a air jack like I do, you can jack it out, the cab. It literally takes 20 minutes to change them in reality. If the guy done it before, I bet you can go in any shop, and if they're gonna tell you it's more than an hour, they screwing you. You can change an hour, both of them. I just replaced one side and I bet it took me 5 minutes. There's no big deal. So this part right here, all the stuff built up on it, I just knock it down with a hammer because it's rust. I will show you guys. This is, there was rust built up on it. Cleaned it out, now it's nice and smooth, and it goes right there. Obviously we're gonna put anti-seize on it, and it will sit like this on top of this thing right here. And there's a bolt coming from underneath it, and that's basically it. And then you set it down. So if you hear something's banging in the front of your cab or something, that's most likely your cab mounts. And it's forward, and it's 2 Pro sight on the front. There's no cab mounts in the front. There's another thing, can go bad. This crossbar right here, That thing right there runs the other side. That one right there, me personally, first time I'm shining the light on it, I had a problem. The bolt got loose and the rubber inside dried out, and that's when the cab was moving side to side, it was banging. So I just literally replaced that bolt, that specific bolt right there I'm shining the light on, and tied it up, and that solved the problem. So that's the little update on the cap mounts, and then I'll record it when I'm getting done, and then you can see your hood. Oh, another thing, speaking of that, where I'm shining my light in, this thing right here, why do I have a towels here? If anybody had a 379 Peterbilt, and when you're going over the bump, and you hear a little squeak, that's your hood mounts, not your hood stoppers. It's those things right there while shining my light on. Those things, they sit right over there. So if you get your old sock or something like that and you put it right over that rubber, that will solve the problem, believe it or not. That's basically it. Peace.